Go. Okay. From our standpoint, obviously, first and foremost, let me just say, obviously, again, what an awesome week it was for us here the last couple of days. No matter what the result was, this experience for our 18 to 22-year-old student athletes to come here and be a part of this journey. It's been a really special year for Iowa State football, and the opportunity to play one more game with this awesome senior class and this team that had an opportunity to. It's rewritten history every step of the way, and to be able to put a great exclamation point on it tonight was really awesome. So really proud of our team. Thank the world of Coach Cristobal and obviously that Miami team, but great opportunity for us to finish the season the right way.
I'm Matt, Channel 9 here in Orlando. You've taken this program to new heights and aims, and to get the first 11-win season in program history. How special is that to do it with this group?
Well, I think probably the reality of what that question is, what you said is this group. And, some of the greatest leadership that I've ever witnessed in my career, to be quite honest with you. Fortunate to play in some of these games, be a part of these games as a player in a program that won a lot. But to watch great, unbelievable, selfless leadership, it's hard to find that today in our culture, and really hard to find it in our sport. But our senior leadership, some of our great junior leadership and sophomore leadership, it was leadership for the ages for us. And we saw it every step of the way. I think you guys got a chance to witness it tonight, how our kids don't flinch. They just keep playing, and they continue to give us an unbelievable opportunity to win. It's because the character of the leadership of this team.
Hey, Manny Navarro with The Athletic. Question for you guys. Obviously, one of the coolest ceremonies for a bowl game there is in the sport. Just curious about your decision to pick cinnamon roll, and how did it actually taste?
I really like cinnamon rolls, so when I heard about the choices, that was my immediate go-to, and it tasted better than I thought it was going to taste. So to answer your question.
Rocco, on that point then, Philip Rossman, the Associated Press, you guys are down with that drive. You've had drives like that throughout the course of the season. What was the emotion? What was the kind of focus going into that go-ahead drive, knowing what you needed to do to win the game?
I think you said it. We've been in those situations before. We practice it all the time, and I think our team just has the poise and the calmness to just execute in the biggest moments, and that's what we did.
Coach, obviously during the game, this was an exchange with a lot of offense and a comeback at the end. I cover UCF. I saw it happen there at Ames. There were other places, a lot of close games. You mentioned the events throughout the year being stuff you guys learned from. Was this the culmination of all those lessons to get you to win 11?
Yeah, I really feel like it was. This team has faced a lot of adversity, from some really tough injuries that we've had to deal with all year. And they've never flinched. We've been in some really hard spots. We've been in some tough situations, and our ability to just keep playing. And, it's easy to say those things, right? Keep playing and stay in it. But you only do that if the locker room demands it. And you only do it if the seniors and the guys that lead the football team show up every single day since January, and they believe in that, and that's how they work, and that's the standards that they set. And, here's this guy who may be one of the highest drafted guys in the game, and comes out and has, he has 8 catches for 117 yards and a touchdown, and easily could have chose not to play, right? And the reality of it, you had Bo Freeler, who's one of the great leaders I've ever seen in our program, a 2-time captain, and what that guy has meant to Iowa State football, and who this guy is becoming, and his loyalty that he's given to Iowa State football. And so when you have a locker room and your best players demand it every day, it's pretty easy for everybody else to fall in line. And we're really fortunate because in our locker room, our best players demand greatness every day since January, and really you've seen it in some really tough moments. So we're really proud of them and really grateful for our guys. Yep.
Yeah, Jackson Rob, Brevard Sports Network. Rocco, you're someone who's come from the west coast of Florida over at Wiregrass Ranch. What does it mean for you to come back to the state of Florida and end your season in this way?
Yeah, this is my first game back in Florida at the collegiate level, and it was awesome. I had a bunch of my friends here tonight for the first time to see me play, so it was special to me to get this win tonight.
Yeah, Matt, I'll ask about Bo. Tough to see the way it ended for him. How is he doing right now, and what's his legacy now that his career is over at Iowa State?
Yeah, I think anytime there's an injury, that's tough. But as you guys that have covered us know that Bo has fought through injury for every single game he stepped on that field for the last 3 years. There's no greater warrior that has given everything, his body, his heart, his mind, his soul, to a program than that player has. And obviously it's devastating that, it ends in, probably a half early for him. But Bo's going to be so special in life. Somebody is going to gain somebody really, really special out there. And I've coached a lot of players, and that doesn't demean any of our great players because we've got a lot of great ones. But, man, what that guy has stood for, his selflessness, his ability to give more of himself, even his body, to this program, it's nothing short of incredible. So he'll go down as one of the great leaders of all time in this football program, and he should be considered that forever.
For Jaylin, has it hit you yet that it's over, and kind of go through maybe what going through your mind, that decisive drive there at the end, the big catch you had down the right sideline?
Yeah, we'll go with the drive first. We've been in that position multiple times, and I know Rocco trusting me and the team trusting each other. And since January, we put ourselves in those situations to be able to be ready for those moments. So when that time comes, we were ready for it. And hasn't hit me yet. I love this team so much. I love Coach for everything he's done for me. This team means the world to me. And there's no better way to go out but than the champion.
Jaylin, you said after the Big 12 title game that you were going to play in this game. What kind of rewarding experience did you get in actually, playing it in the way it unfolded?
Yeah, it's meant the world to me. For me to be able to be a leader on this team and guys trusting me and listen to me, I had to play for them. And those guys come in every day and look up to me. And if I wasn't gonna play, then that's not what leaders do. I feel like so. To be able to play in this game and be able to go out there one last time with this team means everything to me.
As a reminder, please raise your hand if you have a question. We don't know you're asking one, so you raise a hand, then we'll get a mic to you. Go ahead.
Hi, Coach. You talked a lot about how last year's bowl game was a leaping off point for this team. How can a similar kind of mechanism take place for this year heading into 2025?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Obviously we're going to have a lot of work to do, right? I think because it's a brand new team, and you're losing leadership for the ages. What you hope, and in real football programs, is, I don't know if you can still build them today, but I hope you can. That the reality of it is that the next group learned from the great leaders, and they've got the ability when it's their turn to pick up and continue to lead what greatness looks like. And you heard this guy talk. Some NFL team is going to get one of the greatest draft picks in the NFL draft next year by drafting this guy, because it doesn't matter if it's college or in the NFL. You want guys that demand to show up every day and be the best. And we had a lot of those great seniors. Now we're fortunate because you got guys like Rocco, and you got a lot of guys that got a great experience this year. And I think the fool's gold is, oh man, you got guys that played, but do you have guys that can lead like this every day? Do you got guys that show up in January and February and March and April and May and June and July when nobody's watching? That's where greatness lives. And we'll see if we got it. The reality of it is we learned some great lessons along the way, but we'll have a lot of work to do, starting here in a couple weeks back in Ames, Iowa.
Coach, what does Rocco's toughness and ability to keep plays alive mean to you? And then after that, Rocco, can you just talk about your drive out there and where you get that from?
Yeah, I would just say what Rocco means to me is a great deal, because the position that he plays is, in my opinion, the hardest position in sport. Everybody has a thought on what should happen with the ball in every play. The ability to sit there and the game is in your hands on every single play that you play. And when you have a guy that stands for what's right behind the scenes, who he is far greater than what he does. It's awesome that, man, he's doing great things out there and he's getting better every game. But what this guy stands for in the locker room, how our kids will fight for this guy every single day, it's been that way in the last 2 years. The first game he came in is in 2022 at TCU, and our entire sideline changed that day when he went into the football game. And from that point on, this guy's been on a mission to be great. And there's been good days and tough days, but his ability and his character to have great selflessness. He's the guy that's going to give everybody else the credit when it goes really good, and he's the first guy to stand up and take the blame when it goes bad. And to me, that's real leadership. Hard to find it today, but man, I'd go to war with this guy any day because of what he's about and what he stands for.
Azubi Charles from On3. Coach, I wanted to ask you about your thoughts on Miami making that quarterback change. Was that something you guys expected, and with your defense getting those key stops, towards the end of the game, do you think that kind of helped you guys build momentum to close it out?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, that's all speculation. Obviously, what it is, I don't think we had any idea what it was or wasn't going to be. The game obviously had to change a little bit. I thought the flow of the game changed, that they came right out in the first drive and gotten some 12 personnel and really started attacking the running game. And then I thought Coach Haycock and our defensive staff really did a great job adapting, because I think that's hard, to be honest with you. Now all of a sudden the flow of the game changes, and you got to be able to do some different things. We were able to move Dom Oranger in the fourth quarter out to play a little bit of 4-eye and some 5 technique, and thought Dom really did a great job. And I thought Coach's adjustments in the second half were tremendous. So, yeah, tricky situation for sure for all of us.
Coach, the one thing I've noticed about you is you have a tremendous amount of humility, and I'm impressed as heck with that. I really am, that you signed an extension to stay at Iowa State. How important would it be for you to know that, with all the changes going on in college football and that temptations would be there for the better jobs, that you can build your own legacy, have a statue, and people can appreciate you in this type of environment where other coaches would be tempted to go elsewhere, and you have it all to yourself, just like we've seen with Kurt Signetti. How important is that type of thing for you?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, what's important to me is my family is really important to me. The people that I work for and with is really important to me, and standing for something that's bigger than a win and a loss. It's obviously it's great we won, but the relationship that we have, the relationship in that locker room, man, this sport is a unique sport, and it's the reality of it is we're dealing with somebody's children. They're 18 to 22 years old, and our job is still we've all forgot it, but our job, our responsibility is to take a young man to become a man. And the fact that parents trust myself and our coaches to be able to do that, it's my responsibility. So the fact that we get to do that, man, it means a lot to me. I don't take it lightly, and really just grateful to be able to do what I do every day and don't think about the rest of it. So I appreciate the question.
Yeah, and Coach Campbell, you guys started preseason pick 6 to finish in the Big 12. You end up going out and winning 11 games. Talk about what that means to you, and also what it means for you to continue to make history at Iowa State.
Yeah, it's been a really unique journey here. I've said this before. It's so many people. When we took the job and we came to Iowa State, I think said, man, this is you're going to go to the coaching graveyard, and to be able to now 9 years later be able to sit here and look what these young men stand for and what so many before them have done. 2017 and David Montgomery and Joel Lanning and Alan Lazard, and then Brock comes along and what he was able to do and elevate with Breece Hall and Charlie Kolar and Chase Allen and Will McDonald and some great players. And now to be able to sit here today and, man, they're going to talk about Jaylin Noel forever, and they're going to talk about Bo forever, and they're going to talk about Rocco forever. There's just a lot of great value, and to be able to do that with great people, Coach Haycock, a great coaching staff, and to be able to do it with so many great leaders that believe in each other. And again, this is still team sport. It's not tennis and it's not golf, and there's nothing wrong with those sports. But this is about team and getting everybody to believe in something bigger than yourself. It's one of the great rewards, and we're just really fortunate to be able to do it here at Iowa State. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Sounds
We
great.
can take it right now?
Yeah, take it, Jay. Can he take it? Yeah, Jay, you got it.